Joan Chen, how did you get cast in Marco Polo?
Um, I went for an audition. It's the old school way of getting your part.
Yeah, it's a very different time, the 13th century. So what would you say is the most despicable part about Chappie that you have to play?
I'd be very jealous, for my husband to have so many concubines and women that he regularly sleeps with. But I think it's a very different circumstance and different mind frame. You know that more than 16 million male in the world living today are direct descendants from Genghis Khan, and Kublai is a grandson of Genghis Khan, so pretty direct from Kublai, and that's how it happens that that they have many women and have many children. Um, they were useful then. This lifestyle was necessary then for them.
I noticed that you say Genghis Khan. I feel like in the show some people say like Genghis Khan or Genghis Khan. How did you go about deciding what kind of accent you would use for your character, given that you're all speaking English in a Mongolian empire?
I think for second season we are using Genghis Khan. Um, we Actually, it's my own pronunciation. I'm calling Genghis Khan, but in the show we actually did Genghis Khan, I think. We have actors from China, Mongolia, uh, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Australia, New Zealand, America, Singapore. And so the only way to do it was for us all to neutralize our accents, um, to be a little more unified. So we had with us two dialect dialogue coaches that work with all of us together to try to bring us to speak in a way that is neutralized and more similar to each other.
Now, Marco Polo is actually the most expensive show on television right now. What's the most awe-inspiring set piece or part of the production that you've seen?
There was this constant training for all the actors. It's we have a lot of young actors um, working on the show, and there are constantly classes for martial arts, yoga, just all sorts of training that you actually have a school right there that you go and dialogue and rehearsal. And so all the things that money can get for you um, were there. So that actually felt really, really good. Um, Most importantly are the talents, like the great directors and the great DPs and just a great crew that you can get with a budget like this, and a shooting schedule that is not as crunched.
Now, although the eponymous character is not Chinese himself, this is a show with a predominantly East Asian cast. So how do you think Hollywood views Asians these days? And has that been a barrier for you in getting roles?
I think it's getting better. Okay, I think it's getting a lot better. I mean, since the day when I first started, it had improved a lot. Um, that we do see more Asian faces on the screens nowadays. But still, we got a long way to go. Long way to go. I'm really glad that this show is doing well. We're doing a second season, so all the Asian actors get another chance to show their talents. Um, it is difficult actually for studios or just creative people to come up with something for a predominantly Asian cast. Um, not so many writers know exactly how to write. But my personal experience is not so many writers in America knows how to write something for me that I could actually sink my teeth into. There is some cultural barrier. Either they think, oh, because it's Asian, because she is Asian, then she should be doing this, which might not always be right. Or they didn't understand the nuance of what someone from my cultural background would be acting or reacting in a certain situation.
Now, a lot of people say that you paved the way for younger Chinese actresses. What would you say that your legacy is?
My legacy is not for me to say. I don't even know whether I'm going to have any legacy. My legacy are my children and their children. I do have young people come to me and say that, wow, you know, you inspired me to be an actor, that I have encountered many, many times, that they felt I inspired them. But when I wanted to work in the films in the United States, I wasn't thinking about inspiring other young actors or leaving a legacy. I just loved the work. And not only I loved work, this was the only thing I knew how to do. I began when I was 14, and I didn't have any other profession that I could go into. And it was extremely difficult because there were fewer parts, and nowadays they could have an open cast. So if there is a forensic scientist, they say, oh yeah, no, that person could be Asian or Black or Latin American. But back then it wasn't even that. And also I am different a little bit from the American-born Asians, in that I don't have this Americana, this mannerism that would be easily that would easily fit into, like, okay, a lawyer, accountant, a doctor, that you would have to give her a background that she would have come from somewhere else. So that takes certain tailoring. So that makes it even harder to find good parts. But I've been lucky. I mean, I you know, The Last Emperor will forever be a classical, forever be there. People go back to there to watch it all the time, and Twin Peaks is another unique character that wasn't actually written as an Asian, but I played, and so she is Asian. So I don't know my legacy, but I know that I have, I think, in a way, trailblazed in my younger days to make younger Asian actors feel, well, you know, we can do it. You know, she could do it, we could do it.
The Last Emperor is one of the most successful films at the Oscars ever. What would you say surprised you most about the awards campaign trail?
I don't remember that I did any publicity in that regards. I think back then it was not as crazy as it is today, that all the companies just aim at that. It has now become such a production that it's such a big deal. I think we won because people loved us, not because we, you know, did extra wonderful publicity for it or pushed for the awards.
Are you going to be in the new season of Twin Peaks?
I would love to. I would love to. I actually was thinking, I said, oh, maybe I should write a letter to David Lynch. Yeah, she will come out of the fourth dimension. How interesting.
Well, thanks very much, Joan, for speaking to Gold Derby, and we wish you the best of luck on the second season of Marco Polo.
Thank you very much.